Hello, welcome to Access. My name is Rob and I'm joined today by Rosie.
Hello, everyone.
Rosie, you have been playing Rollerdrome, which I am very jealous about. This is the new game coming from Ollie developer Roll7. It's due to launch on PS4 and PS5 on August the 16th. And it just looks incredibly cool, Rosie, but I have loads of questions about just how the game works, and as someone who has now played the game, I'm hoping you can explain those things to me.
Well, that's what I aim to do today. I'm super excited to talk about it as well, because I've been playing it for a bit, and it's one of those games I can't put down at the moment. I've got really into it. I've got really into trying to get high scores and things like that, so I'm super excited to tell everyone how the game works, and while showing all of my lovely gameplay as well as all of my lovely faults, because I'm not perfect at this game.
Expert gameplay, Rosie. I expect to see no bails, no falling over, just expert skating.
To be fair, the moments where you do get those, just some beautiful moments. It feels good. It feels good to play this game. But yeah, I think we should probably start with what this game actually is. So Rollerdrome is a third-person action shooter where you pick a level, which is a little arena, you skate around and you want to eliminate all the targets until you are victorious, until you win, whilst making sure that you're staying alive as well, because obviously they're trying to kill you as well.
And you're on roller skates, right? While you're doing this, you're skating around on roller skates. Is that right?
Oh yeah. That's like one of the reasons why it's so fast action paced. But there's so many things the developers do to make it also manageable as well, which I'll definitely get into a bit later on, because there's so many. This is just really cool. It just feels really satisfying to play. But before we delve into that, just to summarise the story really quickly, it's set in 2030. It's not set that far away in the future, in all honesty. What's that now? It's 8 years in the future.
8 years away. So an optimistic view of the future where everyone's roller skating everywhere.
Well, it's not quite optimistic, sadly, because
when is it?
When is it optimistic? So it's the premise is that there's this new sport going around where, yes, you're on rollerblades, and the public are absolutely obsessed with it. Everyone loves it. However, there's corporation involved, and they have some secret intentions that you're trying to figure out as you play the game. You have these cool little segments.
Those pesky corporations.
Those pesky corporations ruining my rollerblading game. But yeah, you're just trying to unravel the mysteries whilst also trying to win the championship of this Rollerdrome competition. So it's an exciting sport of you're on rollerblades, they're trying to kill you, but also you're trying to do all these cool stunts and eliminate all of them and survive. So for the public, it's very exciting, but the corporation are like, yes, I have an idea with this.
It sounds like extreme sports taken to a real extreme level. So like moment to moment, I assume you're skating around, you're fighting enemies, you're performing tricks and flips, and it's like a skate rink, right? You're doing jumps and you're doing stunts. The idea is it just to get the highest score possible? Is that the kind of deal we're looking at here?
Yeah, so the premise is you want to not only survive, but also get a really high score. So just for a cherry on top of the cake. So I had access to a pistol, a shotgun, and a grenade launcher. The three basics with third-person shooters.
The three basics.
The basics. But they all have different styles and feel of play. So, for example, with the pistols, you've got dual wielding. So you could shoot one bullet if you want. You could just keep on going. So you have that one. You have then the shotgun, which you can just shoot and blare out and stuff. However, if you get the timing right, you do have a special shot, and that does more damage because you've been patient and you waited for the opportune moment where a line basically goes in the middle, and boom, it does more damage, and it's very satisfying to get that. And you also have a grenade launcher, which is very powerful, but you don't have not auto aim, but kind of like an assist, because since obviously you're rolling around on rollerblades, it's very fast action paced. It's very you're trying to focus on where you're going because the camera can be looking behind you, but your blades, they're going forward. So there's a lot going on, but the game complements this by having these like slow motion moments which you trigger yourself. They go for a limited amount of time, and basically by going into slow motion, it gives you time just to sort of process what's around you, plan your next actions, and when you move the camera, you'll see a little white box that goes around the enemies, and that means that you're essentially aiming at them. You don't need, you can also shoot like, you know, freely, so if you just feel like aiming yourself, you can just do that as well. And with different weapons, they have different draw distances, so with the shotgun you need to be quite close to the enemy in order to get the square around them. Pistols you have a bit further. But they're basically there to assist you, and the grenade launcher doesn't have that because that's, you know, otherwise it's just going to be a very overpowerful weapon. So for those moments, you might want to go into slow motion, carefully aim your grenade launcher, and boom, then you can, you know, annihilate your enemies as you see fit.
So how does it feel to play, Rosie? Because from what I've seen of the trailer, all I could think was, oh my god, this just looks cool. It just looks cool, flipping upside down and, you know, firing off rounds at enemies whilst you're flipping through the air. Does it feel as cool to play as it looks?
Oh, 100%. It's such a cool feeling. I just feel so cool playing this game. Because it's not as if, you know, you can just skate around shooting bang, 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 and then you pick up ammo. In order to regain your ammo, you need to do those stunts and tricks and these dodges in order to essentially get your score higher, and that's how you also refill your ammo. So
okay, that's a cool trick.
Yeah, a good way of thinking about it is any way that you can get your score higher, that's also how you can get your ammo to replenish. So
it's in your best interest to look cool, basically, because looking cool equals more points and more ammo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you want to look as cool and as sweet as possible, which I mean, you might see with my gameplay, I'm still trying to look cool. I've got a lot better than since I first started playing it, but I keep on, if I go up a ramp, I just like holding right and then grabbing, so you might see a lot of the same tricks, but that's just because, like I said, there's so much going on when you are doing the tricks. I'm just like, I want to spin and look cool, so right and grab, so it's so it's just like that going around a lot in my gameplay. However, the more variety of tricks you do with the flips and the different kinds of grinding, then the more points, or the more you'll be rewarded at the end of the match, and then the higher score you get and the better rank you get.
So is there something that would appeal to people who, you know, fans of Ollie Ollie, fans of Tony Hawk's, you know, those classic skateboarding games? Is there stuff that's going to appeal to those types of people in here, like little secret extra bits you can do that encourage you to explore the arenas and really sort of hone your skating skills?
Yeah, definitely. So there's, like very much like the Tony Hawk games, there's not only the basic challenge that you have to do, but there's a list of challenges you can do, and this this includes beating a certain high score. You know, in Tony Hawk, how you have to collect the skate, the SKATE, like a different
the
parts.
letters, yeah.
The letters, yeah. Sorry, I should have said, you know, the letters. I just said collect the skate. So you collect the letters. Here, you have to, well, you can collect these combo little icons. They're like these little orange hexagons. And when you collect them, not only do you get rewarded for it, but they also boost your combo and in turn then boost your score. There's also these little blue triangles, which the challenge sort of graph will ask you to do a very specific trick whilst going through this. And, you know, they can be while you're wall grinding, or they can be in the middle of a little arena you're in where you have to do a really big jump and then get this cool trick going. So you've got those to consider. There's things like killing your targets in certain ways, and there's just so many little challenges that just add to your score. And also when you complete the whole list, the level sort of status goes from victorious to completed. So that's when you know, right, boom, I've done all the challenges. And
done it all.
Yeah, done it all. And then it's just a case of, well, I mean, you can keep on doing these, of course, but then you're just trying to hone in your skills and get a really good score. So you want to try and get that S rank.
What's the soundtrack like? Because again, the music in the trailer was really cool, Rosie. Is the soundtrack as cool as I would hope?
Yeah, the soundtrack is so gripping, and it really just suits the whole, like, a retro feeling future. It's like you're in the future, but also you feel like you're in the 80s.
A retro future. I mean, the art style looks amazing.
Yeah, the comic book art, it really perfectly balances the visuals and the comic book art style that the game has going for it as well. And, you know, as you're there getting all these cool combos and the music's going, it feels so satisfying, especially as well with all the sound effects. So whenever you do, for example, a perfect dodge or anything like that, a perfect dodge is when, let's say you've got a sniper on you, they target you with a red laser, and then when it goes white, if you dodge at that moment, you get a perfect dodge, and the sound goes pew, pew, pew. And if you then go into your reflex time, you get a super reflex, which is really cool, and everything goes blue. So the whole sound design is so satisfying as well.
It sounds like the type of game that I will probably be rubbish at to start with. And I imagine many people will be rubbish at to start with. But that when people get really good at it, the gameplay is just going to look amazing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when I started playing it, comparing my first attempt compared to how I am after a bit more time with the game, because I revisited the levels once I did all of them for a first time, I could see the difference in my performance and how I was planning my attacks and how I handled with those crazy situations where, because not only do you have enemies that, you know, can swing a club at you, there are some which, as I said, you've got snipers, you've got some which shoot rockets, which you can also shoot out of the sky. There are those that place mines on the floor, which you've got to consider and dodge as well. There are ones which teleport all over the place after a certain time, and they have these blue sort of like tracking laser things which stay there for a certain amount of time. So in those moments where things do go absolutely chaotic and you see explosions everywhere, the way that you handle those situations after you've played for a bit more compared to first experiencing them, you really get to grips with how the game goes and when to dodge and how to keep those combos going, and it's just so satisfying.
What would be your sort of one, if you had to say just one thing about this game, Rosie, as your parting words to everybody in this video, what would be the one thing you would say to everyone about it?
It's so cool! It's so cool and so much fun! Like, honestly, it's the way that you flip around and then you go into slow motion and you see your character just flipping, and then she puts her arms out and you see her back bending because she's doing the flips, and it's just so cool. And I love as well, just quickly, there are some PS5 features such as adaptive triggers, and when you're going on, like when you're grinding and you get the dual pistols and you're just fully going like bang, 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 and you feel it in the dual sense. Oh,
that sounds amazing.
It's so satisfying. But I've had such a blast playing Rollerdrome, and honestly, make sure that you check it out because it's so much fun to play. You get completely hooked on trying to get a high score. You see yourself getting better at the game. It's fluent, it's slick. Even if you're someone who, let's say at Tony Hawk, you do a jump and then you land flat on your face. In Tony Hawk, you know, your skater has to get back up on their feet. In Rollerdrome, your character rolls out of it, so you're fluently going and riding and shooting, and it's so satisfying to see it all pieced together. It's just such a satisfying and fun game to play.
I am really looking forward to it, Rosie. I'm going to be rubbish at it. I'm going to be rubbish, but I'm really looking forward to playing it. It looks amazing. Thank you very much, Rosie. I'm very jealous that you're getting to play this now. But everyone can check out Rollerdrome when it releases on PS4 and PS5 on the 16th of August, so not long to wait at all. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please give this video a like if you found it helpful. Let us know if you're looking forward to Rollerdrome in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you're always up to date with everything from the world of PlayStation. Thanks for watching.
PlayStation